Greetings to you all, our dear parents and our beloved learners. I'm so happy that many of you have already embraced online teaching, and that's why I'm here on behalf of the P3s. I know it has been a long time since we stopped schooling, but learning shouldn't end. Though the schools are still closed, but we have brought teaching into your homes. So learning does not only stop in classes, but we can still create rooms where we can still learn from. First of all, you need to know my name. I know many of you are wondering, you don't know me, some know me. I'm Miss Ruth Nanteza, and I'm here to teach Literacy 1A, which is known as Social Studies. Okay, but before I tell you what I'm going to teach today, I kindly request you to be positive throughout the lesson. Enjoy the lesson, because I also enjoy what I do. And that's why I'm basically here. So please concentrate, get away from anything that may come up to interact or to disorganize you. So I want you to feel comfortable, be open-minded until the end. Please, I know you are ready to learn. Okay, today our topic is livelihood in our division, and the subtopic is economic activities. Before I go to the definition or to give more hit about economic activities, we need to know something. At the end of this lesson, there are certain things I do expect from you. First of all, if you are really attentive, you'll be able to define economic activities. Another thing, you'll be able to mention examples of economic activities. Another thing, you'll be able to know the reasons as to why your people work, as to why your parents go to work every morning. And lastly, there are challenges they do face as they are at work. So at the end, we should all be knowing that. Back to our subtopic, which is economic activities. I want you to think about those two words, economic activities, especially the word activities. Can you quickly think of the activities you are doing in your room, where you are seated? Can you think of the activities your siblings are doing? I know some of them are washing clothes, some of them are cooking, others are running around. You are also whispering to somebody seated closer to you. Those are all activities. But there is another word which we have to understand, economic. So at the end, you'll be able to tell someone what economic activities are. If there are many, they are economic activities. If it's only one, it is an economic activity. So let's get to know what an economic activity is. An economic activity is work done by man to get money. Any person needs money. Trust me. If your parents never had money, you wouldn't have come to school. You wouldn't have looked so beautiful like that. But because they have money, they are able to cater for anything. They are able to pay all the bills. Why? They are working, and at the end of the day or the week or month, they are paid. So an economic activity is work done by people to get money or to earn a living. Remember, I told you if there are many, they are called economic activities. So economic activities are kinds of work done by man to get money. Oh, think of those activities that can be done and you get money. Start with your parents. What do they do to get money? Oh, think. You must have already figured out what your parents do. But some of you don't know what your parents do. I remember last time I tasked many of you to tell me what your parents do in order to get money. And we're like, teacher, I don't know. I'll ask daddy, but I always see him driving to town. Oh, that's too bad. If by now you don't know what your parents does to get money, it's so absurd. My dear ones, you should know. Ask them quickly. What do they do in order to get money? Later on, check on your neighbors. There are different projects that they do set in their homes. And my dear, they don't just set up those projects to waste time. They have an aim. And one of the aims is to get money. Even you have projects at home where you get money from. Even in the village, those people have money. They also work. Don't think that only people in town are the ones working. Even in villages, everywhere, outside the country, people are working. That's why people are driving. They have nice houses. They dress up nicely. Why? Money. So my dear, the issue is money. So I have some activities we are going to look at, and you will find out that many of you do these activities, your parents do them, and you have ever seen people doing them. So let's look at these economic activities. One, we have pottery, we have bricklaying, we have weaving, we have sewing, we have farming, there is carpentry. Talk about mining, fishing, trading. There is also transport, tourism, construction, and lastly, lumbering. You can add on the list because they are very many. I couldn't finish them. So we are going to look at each, and you will tell me whether you have ever seen this economic activity anywhere. And at the end, you'll tell me what you want to do in future in order to become a billionaire. I know you want to be rich like daddy, like mommy. Okay, let's look at these economic activities. One of them is pottery. When we say pottery, what do we mean? We are seeing somebody trying to make something. When we talk about pottery, we mean the making of things out of clay. When you look into your homes, there are certain things you have and they are made out of clay. Things like cups, there are plates. We have the pots. I know many of you don't have pots in your homes, but they are made from clay and they are very useful. There are other things made out of clay. You'll add on the list. There is another activity, and that is bricklaying. Everybody say bricklaying. This activity has benefited many people. Even the houses you are living in, they were made out of bricks, others from blocks. And before your parent bringing those blocks or the bricks, he had to give money to that person who made the bricks. So isn't it an economic activity? That person was able to get money, and still people get money out of it. There is weaving. Wow, you can see lovely things. Look around your house. In the kitchen, it can be a sitting room. There are certain beautiful crafts that were made, but through weaving. So weaving is an art of making things using local materials. My dear ones, this is a lovely activity. You can also try it in your homes. We have another activity. That is the sewing. It's the act of making and repairing clothes. You can see people on the sewing machines, busy repairing and sewing clothes. It's so interesting. Tell me, how many of you have ever taken your clothes to the tailors and you don't pay? I believe you've even laughed at yourselves. You always pay. So that money you pay them, they are earning. That is an economic activity. Another activity is Farming. Check. Look at these lovely people. They are enjoying their job. Why? They know at the end they are going to benefit. They are going to get money out of it. So farming is the growing of crops and rearing of animals. So this includes both the growing of crops and rearing of animals. It is another economic activity where people have become rich because of farming. Isn't it so lovely? How many of you want to become farmers? Like me, I also have a garden at home. And I sell out my products and I get some money out of that day. Another thing is fishing. Wow, take a good look at that picture. You can see some fish. Maybe this person is planning to take it home so that he can give it to his family. Maybe he's planning to get a lot of fish, sell them, and get money at the end of that day. He must be a happy person because he's going to earn at the end of that day. So fishing is the practice of catching fish from water bodies. Another activity is, wow, tourism. How many of you enjoy this? I love it personally. It is so enjoyable. You know, I normally enjoy this when I want to get off work. But there are certain people who have turned it to be an economic activity. Because when we go there, we pay some money. My dear, it's not for free. Because they also need to invest in it. And at the end, they'll have to earn out of it. So tourism is the visiting of interesting places for education and fun. Sometimes we go there for fun, to relax and learn a lot. How many of you enjoy it? We shall go out together next time. There is transport. I'm enjoying the pics. But there is one that I don't like. Many of you are involved in such a transport. There it is. I know some of you come to school on that mean of transport, which is a motorcycle. So these cyclists always load you like that. Is that good? It's not good at all. You know the results. It leads to accidents. That is overloading. I discourage that and I don't like it. If they park you like that, always refuse it and stop it immediately. Otherwise, transport is the movement of people or goods from one place to another. As they drive you to school, your parents pay. As they take you back to school, your parents have to pay. Remember, it is an economic activity. People earn from it. Are you ready to look at another economic activity? Oh, there is construction. I know in your homes, construction is taking place. Though there is COVID, but people are working. So my dear, those builders earn a lot from construction. So you can say that, wow, I know you have enjoyed the pictures. I know many of you have already cited the places where those economic activities are done. And some of your parents and relatives do those economic activities. You'll tell me when we interact. You'll tell me what you want to be in future. There must be an added economic activity you can do, and you get money. You become rich like mommy and daddy, so that life can be enjoyable. In the next session, that is the third, we have reasons as to why people work. Think about it. Why does daddy work? Why does mommy work? Some of your parents leave home very early. They come back late, sometimes when you are sleeping. Some of you have projects at home. Your parents go with you. Do you know what? Come, do this, clean the ground, do this. And sometimes you get tired and we're like, why am I doing all this? You are doing it for a purpose. And you need to know. Some of you know. Can you write down at least 4 reasons as to why we need to work? Miss Ruth has a reason as to why she works. Okay, let's look into these reasons and you compare my reasons with yours. Okay, people get money out of working. I think you've now realized that if daddy doesn't work, he'll not get money. You'll not come to school because at the end of the day, Miss Ruth will need money because she has taught. So my dear, your parents work to get money. I'm working so that I can get money. Another thing, people get food from working. When you work, expect to get food. Now, when you don't work, will you be able to eat? That's why we normally tell you, if you don't work, don't expect eating. So you have to work so that you can be able to get what to eat. You'll be able to buy food, or from the garden, you'll be able to get food at the end of the harvest. Another thing, it improves on people's standards of living. That's why I'm like this, because I'm working. I'm looking healthy. My life is just lovely. Why? I am working. I'm able to buy whatever I need. I'm able to buy clothes. I'm able to work upon my hair. Why? Because of money. If I was not working, do you think I would have looked like this? I wouldn't. But because I'm working, I'm earning money. Isn't that so beautiful? Yeah, that's why your parents are looking so lovely. They are driving expensive cars. They have beautiful houses and businesses. Why? Money. Another thing, it leads to development. Check on the areas you are living. They are nice buildings. They are big shops, supermarkets, the cars. They are just good and excellent. Why? Money, that is all money. Look around your house. There is development in your homes because of money. Whatever daddy brings, it's all about money and working. So my dear ones, economic activities are so beneficial. Another thing, it promotes friendship. As we work, as we are at our places of work, we keep on interacting. We discuss business. Sometimes you get to know more people, other people you don't know. That is all through economic activities. If we are not working, we wouldn't have got the many friends we are having now. You are also a friend to me because of my job. If I was not working, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met your parents. But because of this activity I do, I meet many people, including your parents, even yourselves. Another thing, it promotes unity. You know, when you keep on interacting, you discuss, you work together, there is always unity. You come together. There is a lot to talk about. You share a lot. Even your problems themselves, you share because of that unity. So there will always be peace. There will always be unity because of work. Okay, having looked at the reasons as to why people work, as to why we all need to work, there are certain challenges. When I talk about challenges, I mean problems. People face problems while at work. My dear, take time and talk to your parents. They will tell you a lot. Sometimes you see them coming back home. You shout for them, then dad says, "Stop shouting for me." My dear, he has a lot on his mind. Sometimes they chase you away. Go. You'll come back when I'm relaxed. They have reasons as to why they chase you away. Sometimes they leave their places of work when they are extremely tired, though they cannot tell you. But take time and talk to them. they will tell you a lot what they face while at work. If you want to know more, listen to me. I'll tell you what we do face while at work and what your parents face while at work. Here are some of the challenges or problems. 1, there is cheating. Many people are cheated at their places of work. You'll find that some are not paid. You'll find that a customers come, instead of giving you 10,000, he ends up cheating you and gives you less money. So that is another loss you can see. Another thing, there are low salaries. You find that some people work, they extremely work, and that at the end of the day, they are paid less. It doesn't match with their work. So somebody leaves the place of work, he's not content with what he has taken home, but he has no choice. He has to work, and he gets that little money to provide to his family. But is that good? Do you think you can be happy when you are paid less? So that is another challenge. Another thing is the accidents. Oh, many people have been involved in accidents. Many people have lost their lives at their places of work. I remember some time back, there is a building in town that cleared most workers. My dear, they were at their place of work. They ended up losing their lives because of work. If they were at home, maybe they wouldn't have died. But of course, they had to go to work. So many people have died. Others in road transport and other kinds of transport. So my dear, when you are at a place of work, such a thing can happen, and which is not good. Another thing is the harsh weather. You know, we find problems like that. Sometimes there is a lot of sunshine. Sometimes it has rained heavily. You have no choice. You have to go to work. Don't expect such a worker to be happy when he's going through all that. Sometimes their things are taken. They can be crops. They can be their products are taken by heavy rain, by the floods. It is really challenging. Another thing, there is poor transport. You know, as you move from one place to another, as you move to go to a place of work, we have to use transport, and sometimes it is not favorable. You find maybe the mean of transport is not conducive, maybe the road you've used, it's not all that good, but you have to push and you go to work, because when you stay at home, you will not get money. So my friends, we have to stay positive. Though there are all these problems, we have to continue working because we need money. Don't you need money? Would you love it to go to daddy, you ask for something and he says, I don't have money. Will you like it? Of course you won't. You want to run to daddy, daddy, I need this. He provides. Mommy, let's go out. She does it. Not so. So it's all because of money. So these economic activities are so important, at the same times challenging. But we have to stay positive and we continue working. I know you've been good listeners. Are you still attentive? I have one last activity for you, and we call it a day. Can you stand up? Do you still possess a smile on your face? Because I've kept mine from the beginning up to the end. I told you I love what I'm doing and I'll never give up. Never give up too. Are you ready for the activity? Oh, you must be ready. You must have learned a lot. There is a lot to tell your parents and your siblings. This activity is very simple. Check. Look at the activity. Wow. Question 1, can we read together? Ready to read? That's so lovely. What are economic activities? I know my dear children are now mentioning that definition. You'll do that later. You write down so that I can really know that you were attentive. Question 2, can we read together? Mention any 3 economic activities done in your area. Start with your home. What do you do at home and you get money? Your parents, you know, I love them so much. They work a lot so that they can provide for you. Question 3, why is it important for a person to work? Why does your parent work? I need to hear from you. Question 4, what do you think happens to people who don't work? Had you thought about it? Ask your head. What do you think can happen if a person doesn't work? Imagine if your parents were not working. What would have happened? Lastly, which kind of work do your parents do in order to earn a living? This is when I'm going to know those ones who don't know what their parents do in order to earn a living. Don't shame me, please. You must be knowing by now. It has been so lovely to teach you. You must have picked a lot. See you next time. I'll always be eager to meet you. Stay safe. I love you so much. Greetings to your parents and your siblings. Stay safe. Please don't always go out to visit your friends. It's not time for visiting. You have to stay indoors. Remember, we are conducting online lessons. They'll always keep you active, attentive, and smart. Upstairs. Have a lovely day.